Happiness is freedom. Freedom is having the choice to spend your time doing things that inspire you. Most people want freedom, but many people don't have a clear objective, a roadmap, or a strategy to achieve it. Everyone deserves to live an inspired and free life. I believe that when we're free and able to focus on our most meaningful work, we simply become better human beings. We can give more, care more, support more, and love more. I'm an investor, a trader, and an entrepreneur, and I get to spend every day doing what I love. At the age of 29 years old, I became financially free, and since then my mission has been to help and inspire other people to achieve the same so that they can be more of who they really want to be. Always Free is about having a free mind, being free to question the status quo, free to take risks, free to say no, free to say yes, free from social idealisms, opinions and beliefs, free to disobey, and free to wake up every day and spend your time to make a difference that inspires you. You can have it all. Living a life designed by you isn't a stroke of luck or a result of circumstance. It's a choice. So if you want to learn how to become free and live an inspired life, join me for the #1 show for financial empowerment and wealth creation as I share my insights, tips, strategies, and advice on what allowed me to be always free. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Jason Greystone. Well, welcome to another show. Hope you're all doing well. It's Thursday, that time again. Weeks seem to go quick. Bit of a different setup here because we're on a bit of a remote mobile version of the show. I'm over in Portugal today for a few days. And running from the show from out here, but still need to deliver. So looking forward to tonight's session because it's going to be a valuable one. Who have we got here already? We got Chris Law, Billy, Gary, streaming from offshore, off the coast of Fraserburgh, Nottingham, Mansfield. Evening. Hope you're doing well. Right, so this week I got in hello Becky, got in a question which was basically if you was going to tell someone what to focus on, like where would you start? Where would you tell someone to start when they're focusing on their financial freedom journey? And this is really what I want to go over in tonight's session. It made me think, if I was to if someone was to come to me and say, right, where do I begin? What should I focus on? What should my priorities be? I thought it'd be useful and valuable to share 5 or 6 different things that I think would be things that you should keep in mind that will help you along that journey and allow you to accelerate that journey as well, potentially. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And the first one basically is very, very simple, and it seems like common sense. But when you actually grasp this concept, it takes on a whole new meaning. And that is the fact that human beings are the only people that believe in money and use money, okay? Cows don't, horses don't, monkeys don't, which means the only way to get money is from some other human being. Now, think about that. The only way that you can get money is to get it from another human being on the planet. It doesn't, unless you're, printing counterfeits, which I hope you're not doing. If you watch this show, there's no need to do that. But it's the only way to get money. You're going to get it from another human being in some way or another. All right, and that is the first concept to really, really grasp. The second concept is there's only 2 ways to do that. And that is to beat them at a skill, okay? So you literally take part in an arena where you've both agreed that there's going to be a winner and a loser, and you're going to beat them at that game, at that skill, and you're going to take their money using your skill. That is called a zero-sum business model. That is trading, poker, golf, any sports. If you're a trader, that's a zero-sum business model where there's a winner and a loser. And then there is a positive sum business model, which is service. You provide a service for someone, you provide value to someone, and then they pay you in fair exchange. All right? Now, I know that sounds very, very kind of elementary and very simple, but those two concepts people don't really mull over and don't get to grips with and understand. If I want more money, there's only one way to get it, and that's from another human, and I can get it one of two ways, which is I'll either beat them at a skill and I'll take their money, or I will provide a service to them, which I recommend, by the way, that everyone provides a service, and they will pay me in fair exchange for that. So that's the kind of first 2 pointers here. The next thing that I would tell them is whatever way that you make money, don't be afraid or held back to earn as much money as you possibly can. Because a lot of people then go, well, I don't want to charge, I feel like I'm being greedy, I don't want to take too much, and it limits them. And the truth is, if you've developed a skill and put all the work into developing a skill to beat someone who's agreed to participate with you and you take their money, there's nothing to be shameful about there. And the same way is if you're providing a valuable service to someone and they're getting value and it's changing their life, you should be rewarded for that in terms of fair exchange, in terms of money. So you can earn as much money as you like, and don't be afraid, or don't back out of earning as much as you possibly can. There's no limit to what you can earn, really. So that's kind of the first 3. The next one is you are the only person that are going to be able to do that. So you're the only one to blame if you're not making money. You're the only one to blame if you're not developing a skill. You're the only one to blame if you're not raising your income and earning more and figuring out how to beat more people or serve more people. You're the only person to blame for that. I was having a conversation with my son yesterday. We do these walking lessons, and yesterday we was talking about problem solving and problems and fears. And we was talking about how problems aren't problems, they're momentary challenges, and they're like a puzzle. They're like a momentary puzzle that you need to solve. And when you use language patterns like that, it really does make a difference on the actions that you take and the thought processes that you have towards certain things and the results that you'll get. And we was talking about this, and I was talking about how you are in control and you are to blame for everything that you do in your life. Okay, so if it's an action or an inaction, it's both you. It's both you're to blame. So number 1 is we get money from other human beings. Number 2 is there's a zero sum and a positive sum type of a way of getting that income. Number 3 is don't be afraid to make as much as you want, because it's all there. And number 4 is you're the only one that's going to make that happen. You're the only one that's going to be to blame for not making any money. And then that leads me to the next point. And the next point is the way that you go about attracting that. Now, if you're desperate, okay, so if you're desperate and you try and learn a skill, money will run away, okay? If you're desperate, money runs. If you have a growth mindset of a positive attitude, then money is attracted to you. So let's take the zero-sum business, for instance. If you're trying to learn a skill and you're desperate to earn money and learn a skill, you're not going to learn the skill. That very approach is going to hinder your ability to learn. Now, if you're desperate and you're in a service dynamic where you're providing a service for someone and you're desperate, people smell desperation and they're not going to pay you. They're not going to want to work with you. If it smells like, oh, they're desperate for me to do their service, they're going to feel like it's in abundance and you're a commodity, and they just won't want to work with you. So the key is to kind of seduce money, work with it, be able to have this kind of done with or without you attitude, this growth mindset where you say, I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it regardless, and I'm just going to chip away at getting better and better at getting it and receiving it. The next point is understanding the difference between the types of way that you can generate income. Okay, so what I mean by that is some people are just happy to go out and start businesses and be entrepreneurial and raise income and all the rest of it. But there's going to be people that aren't. Now, I don't think there's many people here that aren't, because you wouldn't be watching this show if you wasn't dedicating your personal time to learning and growing and implementing certain strategies. You'd probably be watching something else on Netflix. But it is okay to play the other side of the coin. Just because you're not driven to go out and build businesses and trade and invest and learn how to grow your income, you might have income in another form where you either get with someone that does that and you provide value to them. Okay, remember, the only way to get money is from another human being. If that other human being that you're getting with is driven to go and grow income, but you can provide a service to them, then you're going to be rewarded in terms of having the lifestyle you want, having the things that you want, without having to put the strategies together to go and raise your income. So it's called indirect and direct income. Indirect income, another example of indirect income would be an inheritance or a lottery win, right? Where you're not actually, it's not you that's generating the income, it's come from external sources. So that's an indirect and direct income, and understanding those two and understanding how you can use both. Because there's certain things in every dynamic where you will have direct and indirect income. I'm not responsible for developing every penny of the income that comes into tier one trading, for instance. We've got Akil, we've got Darren, they've got assets, they've got brand recognition, they've got personal branding, they've got, they've built assets that are out there, podcasts and all these things. That is indirect income to me, because what they've done is develop income for me. So it's not you don't need to dwell too much on that, but just understand that there is indirect and direct income, and maybe think how, based on everything I've just been over, the fact that there's only one way to get money from other humans, there's two ways to get it. You beat them at a skill, or you provide a service to them. You can make as much as you like, and if you don't, it's only you to blame. It's only you and your situation and your actions that you're taking is responsible for that, and that is a key one. And the fact that you don't have this desperation mindset and this desperate kind of approach that it repels money away, as long as you don't have that, and then understanding, well, how can I get direct and indirect income? And once you kind of have got all of that in a kind of globe, and you can see it, and you can then start building systems and building businesses and building income streams with that knowledge. That's probably the most empowering kind of tips or pointers that I could give anyone when they're thinking about how to approach going to build wealth without giving them actual direct strategies. So hopefully that's valuable. Let me know in the comments. I didn't bring up the chat today. Let's bring up some of the chat. Let me know in the comments if you've got any other kind of anything that you would add to that. It's got Jade saying, so key. It's something I've learned this year, my value and what that's worth to someone. Absolutely, absolutely. Trade empowered, empowering. If you focus on quality, money approaches easily. Absolutely. So empowering. Yeah, right. So it sounds like you guys agree. If you've got anything else that you would add to the list, let me know in the comments of the show. We're not going to run on the show too long. I just wanted to put a short one together tonight just for you guys on those tips, because didn't know how this technology would play up or play down. But we do have time for competition time. And competition time, the way you win competition time is, of course, you show up, you take a picture of you listening to the show. So snapshot this, post it on social, tag me in it, and you're engaging in the chat, and you're in with a chance to be in with a chance to win something next week. But we do have a winner from last week, and the winner is Bruno. So well done, Bruno. Thank you very much for watching the show and being a listener and supporting the work that we're doing here. If any of you guys have got anything to add to the list, please put it in the comments. And that's the quick show for this week. Been going, we'll keep it under 20 minutes. Until next time, guys, take care. Have a great rest of your day and weekend. And I'll see you then.